Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back, and I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. If you're also back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again. Say hi to your mom, and if you're new, maybe consider subscribing. We love all things beauty on this channel. We do get ready with me videos, makeup hauls, shopping blocks, the works. We have a lot of fun. We do reviews, swatches. I love playing in makeup, so if that interests you, consider subscribing. But for this video, I hope it's gonna be informative and hopefully it will help out a few of you guys in case you were curious about magnetic lashes, because that is what we are talking about today. So I recently received a comment. It was on a Get Ready With Me video, the one where I showcased the Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl palette. So I received this comment. I'll pop it up over here. So this is from P. Wilder, and they say, "Hi Tina, I love looking at your GRWM videos," that's Get Ready With Me videos, "after I've had a long day. Very relaxing and informative. Thanks for making me laugh. Thanks so much." Thank you. That is very sweet of you. Thank you so much. And then they follow up and say, "Hey, what do you think about magnetic eyelashes? Can you do a demo?" And I was like, absolutely, I got you. So that is what we're covering today. I'm gonna do a demonstration as requested, but I'm also gonna talk you through magnetic lashes. These are not new to the market. They've been around for a couple of years now, but they have done a little mini makeover, like a transformation from their original design. So the original design, I'll try to pop it up over here, was to get two magnetic lashes that stack together so they're magnetically attracted to each other, and you would kind of sandwich your natural lashes between them and add that volume and length of a false eyelash without having to bother with eyelash glue or getting eyelash extensions, right? And I had tried out that original design and I had such a hard time because you had to be very precise with how you lined up the magnets on each of the lashes so they would really attract each other and stay put on your eyelashes, and then they didn't quite get to the base of your lashes, so they weren't hugging the lash line, and it was just really awkward. So now they have redesigned them. It's a new technique. Instead of having two lashes that you have to sync up, now you have just the regular lashes that look like any other false lashes on the market, and you have a magnetic liquid liner. So instead of using lash glue, you're using this magnetic liner to line your lash line, and then you pop on the magnetic lashes and they're supposed to be magnetically attracted to the liner, right? Sounds easy, sounds simple, so I was like, all right, definitely gonna try these out. Let's go ahead and grab them. So I'm gonna jump into the demonstration, but before we do that, let me show you what these look like up close so you can get an idea of the technology and how it works. So like I said, these look like any regular strip lash that is already available on the market. You may even be fooled into thinking these are just your regular lashes. But on the back of each of these lash bands, you have a strip of magnets. Now the magnets are individual pieces. So this one, for instance, has 5 magnets and they're spaced along the lash band. So it's not a full strip of magnets. Just be mindful of that, because when you're trimming, they do recommend, and I also recommend, that you trim up to the next magnet. So never leave an extra length of lash hanging over the last magnet. You want a magnet to be right up against the edge of the outer and inner lashes, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're considering trimming these, because with some false eyelashes, well, the majority for me, they tend to be a little bit longer than I need on my lash line. So I do have to trim off a bit of it on the outer edge. So if you're gonna trim them, the good thing is most of these lashes have the 2 last magnets very close to each other. So when you trim, you still have a magnet that's gonna secure the outer part of the lashes. So that's the first thing that I wanted to point out. And like I said as well, instead of using lash glue, now you get a magnetic liner. And you can buy them individually. For instance, these are the Kiss magnetic lashes. These are separate from the liquid liner, so you can buy them individually, or you can also buy them in a kit. So this is from Eylure, and they have the liquid liner as well as the lashes included. They also have the individual lashes, so you don't have to keep buying the kit and keep getting more and more of the liner. So it's up to you. Do you want to buy a kit or do you want to buy them separately? And the price point here is pretty comparable to existing strip lashes on the market. If anything, they're a little bit more expensive, but not significantly more expensive than a regular strip lash, but you're definitely not gonna find them at a lower price point. So you're not saving dollars by buying a magnetic lash versus a strip lash. Just keep that in mind. And the styles that are available are pretty extensive these days. They used to be like very limited, but now you have a variety of styles available, and they're available from a variety of lash brands as well. So you have Kiss and Ardell, as well as Eyelure that is available in the drugstore. These are a cheaper price point. And then you have those more expensive brands like Velour and Lily Lashes, and Glamnetic is a big one that have those faux mink lash styles available. Very pricey. They can get upwards to $30. So I would stick to drugstore, honestly, and that goes for strip lashes as well. But price point wise, they're gonna be comparable, maybe slightly more expensive, maybe $1 or so, but not significantly more expensive than strip lashes. All right, so now let's go ahead and jump into the demonstration of me applying these magnetic lashes. And I am using the Eyelure Pro Magnetic Eyelash Kit. This kit includes the liquid liner to apply to your lash line before you pop on the lashes, and I'm going to follow the instructions on the back of this Eyelure box. Now the instructions are pretty much identical on the Kiss lashes as well as Glamnetic, Velour, and Lily lashes. So across the board you're gonna have pretty much identical instructions on how to apply these lashes. So let's go ahead and jump right into that, and then I will follow up with my pros and cons. So for the demo, I'm going to use this magnetic lash and eyeliner system from Eyelure. These are their Pro Magnetic lashes, and there are 5 magnets for a strong hold, and included is the magnetic liner that you will need for application. So the application instruction is pretty simple. It says step 1, apply 3 coats of liner across entire length of lash line. Allow each layer to dry completely. Step 2, apply lashes directly to liner and press to secure. And there are a couple of pro tips as well. It says for best magnetism, build liner to be as thick as the lash band. And if you need to remove lashes to adjust, make sure to reapply fresh coats of liner before reattaching. So I'm gonna grab the magnetic liner that's included. It has a brush tip applicator, and that's quite a thick brush. So we're gonna have to be very careful to see if we can apply a thin line. Now this is a black liner, so if you're not interested in wearing black liner, good luck, because the magnetic liner is all black. And I'm going to apply a thin line to start out, and we're gonna build this up. We're gonna allow the layers, like they said, to dry in between each coat. The problem I can see right away is that I need to apply 3 layers of this. Do you know what happens with liner when you keep reapplying? Yeah, you tell me. It keeps getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And if you're not a pro at applying liner, I don't know how you're gonna be a pro at applying these lashes. So right away, this is not gonna be the easiest thing for beginners. To me, applying a coat of glue along a strip lash band is much easier, much more foolproof than doing this liner 3 times, because I need to make sure that I have the strongest magnetism so these lashes will hold on in place. So I'm gonna let this dry. It dries pretty quickly to a semi-shiny finish. So if you're into the more matte look, this is not gonna be completely matte. And they say to make sure that the liner is as thick as the lash band. So obviously your liner is gonna be pretty thick. So there's no subtlety here. I mean, if you're wearing lashes, you're probably going for a more dramatic look anyway. But still, sometimes we like to wear lashes that are very subtle. This is not gonna do that for you. So now, let's go ahead and do the second coat. So I'm gonna try to keep in line with what we already applied. Like I said, if you're a beginner and you haven't mastered liquid liner or eyeliner, you're in trouble. And I'm not a beginner with liner, but I don't wear liner all the time. In fact, I prefer to not wear eyeliner, especially if I'm wearing a bold eyeshadow look, because I want the eyeshadow to really pop. So this wouldn't be my preferred method, but second layer on. Thankfully, it didn't get too thick, but you can see already that you're gonna create a pretty dramatic line if you're going to apply this liquid liner. So I'm gonna wait for that to dry and go in with the third coat. All right, so the second coat has mostly dried. It's been a few minutes, so it's taken a long time for it to dry as it gets thicker. So let's go in with the third coat. Let's see if I can keep it on the line. Oh, already made it thicker. See, this is what I mean. When you keep going over the line, you're gonna potentially make a mess and make a much thicker line than you wanted to. Third coat on, I'm gonna tell you right now, it feels uncomfortable because it's kind of tightening. It's kind of shrinking as it dries. So my eye feels a little bit like it's struggling. It feels heavy on my lid as well. I can definitely feel the liner, which is not usual with just a regular liner. So already I don't like how this feels. We're gonna let it dry and then we're gonna come back and apply the lashes. All right, so I think we're ready. It's dry, we have 3 layers on. So here you have the lash line. Let's see what it looks like. Again, it feels kind of tight. It feels heavy. It's just, ugh. And then you can't really tell if it's completely dry because it's kind of shiny, so you're like just guessing it. But it should be dry now. It's not tacky to the touch. So I'm gonna go with it's dry and I'm gonna grab the lashes. Now I can't use my metal lash applicator because magnets, metal, is gonna, you know what I'm saying? So now I have to use my fingers. So that's another thing to keep in mind. You're gonna have to use your fingers or use a plastic applicator. So it says to get the lash as close to the liner as possible and set it in place. So that's what we're gonna do. And okay, it got on the outer edge. Let's see if I can get it on the inner. Now, okay, I think, wait, it's lifting on the outer part. It's not sticking down. Is it stuck? I think we got them on. Now, it also says if you had to reapply or reposition these, that you would have to apply a fresh coat of liner to kind of re-intensify the magnetism. So be mindful of that. The lashes look fine. They're a very pretty style. And it seems to be holding in place. Everything, yep, it's locked and loaded, all right? It's definitely on. Let me see if I can curl my lash. What do you think? It's a metal curler, so I'm gonna try it anyway to mesh my natural lashes with this because I need them to look a little bit more seamless. Okay, so that's on. I definitely still feel it, but it doesn't feel much heavier than the liner. So the liner to me is the most uncomfortable. I don't feel the magnets and it applied pretty easily, but I'll tell you right now, this is like my 5th or 6th time trying to apply these. So I've gotten the hang of it. So you definitely need practice, but they go on okay. It's just that you're gonna definitely feel them and feel the liner. But I think that is a very pretty style, as you can see. Now, before I get into my final thoughts, let me go ahead and see how securely the lashes are in place. So if I just move them slightly, will they pop off? No, it feels like it's holding pretty securely. Let me blink really aggressively. No, it holds on pretty well. It stays in place. Now let's see how easily it removes. So you're just gonna grab the lash and pop it off. That was pretty easy actually. That was really easy to take off. And you can see where the liner has kind of come off on the lashes. Let's see, could I reapply them with the same liner? Let's test that out. Let me see, just pop it back on. It's sticking to parts of the liner that it didn't stick to originally, but it pops back on pretty easily. Okay, that's not too bad at all. I can kind of feel it pulling though on my lashes, or is it just pulling on the liner? Yeah, it's kind of pulling on the liner right now. But it reapplies pretty well, so you can apply another layer of liner or just go with it like this, but easy to remove. They pop off really easily and there's no sticky adhesive on the back. It's completely clean. The magnets don't have any coating. That's a good touch. But I wanted to also show you what the liner looks like up close. So you see, if I rub my fingers along the liner, it's gonna start balling up. So it flakes off in little crumbles and little balls. So just be mindful of that. That is something else to consider. But it comes off pretty easily, pretty cleanly, even without soap and water. But of course, you're gonna wash your face to remove all the residue, but it comes off pretty easily. So, all right. Now that I've shown you the application, let's go ahead and jump into my final thoughts, weighing the pros and cons. All right, guys, so now that you've seen the demonstration, hopefully you have an idea of how easy or not so easy these lashes are to apply and how easy they are to remove. And I can jump into my pros and cons and what I really feel about magnetic lashes. All right, starting off, price point wise, you're not saving anything buying these lashes. They cost about the same as a regular strip lash on the market. You do have to have a liquid liner, either purchased separately or within the eyelash kit. So you're not saving anything here by going the magnetic lash route. If anything, you end up probably spending more because these can be a higher price point than a regular strip lash. As far as versatility, availability, and styles, I think they're pretty comparable, but for strip lashes, you're gonna have way more variety because they've been around longer. So a lot more brands offer strip lashes. You have various price points. You have various styles available. But again, magnetic lashes are kind of ramping up. We're seeing more and more of them available. So while the variety of styles that are available aren't as extensive as a regular strip lash, there's still quite a few options to choose from on the market, from very simple styles to more extreme and extravagant styles. So I don't think you will be limited here. It's just you might need to shop around a little bit more. So far for me, in the comparison between strip lashes and magnetic lashes, they're kind of matching up. So let me get into the differences. So first up, we have how these are secured and applied. With a regular strip lash, you use a lash adhesive to apply to the lash band, and then you will pop the lashes on your lash line. You can also apply the lash glue directly to your lash line and then pop on your lashes that way. I prefer to apply it to the lashes and pop them on. And there's a little wait time when it comes to that, right? You wait a few seconds for the glue to start getting tacky, so it starts to dry down a bit, and then you pop them on. That takes a few seconds and it's pretty easy from there on. You pop them on and go. I have mastered applying lashes, so it takes me less than a minute to apply both of my lashes. Now with the magnetic lashes, instead of using a lash adhesive, you're using a magnetic liquid liner. Now, this is what I think is the biggest drawback of these lashes. A liquid liner. And anyone in the beauty space can tell you that applying a liquid liner is one of the most difficult techniques to master. A lot of people struggle with it. A lot of people don't even bother. I remember when I just started out in the beauty space, every look I did was with a winged eyeliner. And I'm telling you, it took so much patience and practice for me to get it right. And even when I thought I mastered it, sometimes my liner would look wonky, okay? The meme that says your liquid liner can go from a thin line to an extremely thick line in a second because you're trying to correct your mistakes, that's no joke. That is serious business. And anybody that has ever applied liquid liner can vouch for that, okay? One mistake can turn you into raccoon eyes. So you have to master the art of applying a liquid liner. What makes it even more difficult is you don't apply just one layer, you apply three. The magic number? 3. Do you know how hard that is to apply a liquid liner so precisely 3 times and not end up with something that's really thick and crazy looking? Yeah, very, very difficult. And the brush applicators for these liners are a little bit thicker, and you do have to put a pretty thick line down because it needs to be as thick as the magnets or the lash band, which is, listen, okay, it takes a lot. So that for me is the biggest drawback. It is crazy. Now on top of that, the liner is uncomfortable. Because you have to put down such a thick line, it ends up kind of shrinking and tightening on your lashes, so you feel the liner. I'm wearing lashes right now. These are just regular strip lashes with a lash adhesive, I can't really feel them. I can tell I'm wearing lashes because they're touching my brows, but I've gotten used to them. I don't really feel them. With these, I felt it from the liner to the lashes. It was just okay. It was just a lot. I could feel the liner being really tight and snug and kind of shrinking. It kind of has a tightening feeling as it dries, okay? So that's the first thing. And then when you pop the lashes on, this might just be me, but I can actually feel the magnetic force of the liner and the magnets kind of attracting each other. I can feel that tugging. It's not intense, but I can feel it, and it's very uncomfortable for me, and they feel a little bit heavy to wear. So I don't like how they feel. I don't like how the liner feel, and I don't like the weight of the lashes and the magnets together. It's just very uncomfortable for me. But I mean, you get used to lashes over time, so maybe that's something that I could get used to, but I'm not really interested in getting used to it at all. All right. The final thing, which is actually a pro for the magnetic lashes, is how easy they are to remove. Oh my God. Pop them off. Easy. Done. They're off. Like, I just literally go like that. They're off. Now with these lashes right now, I just peel them off. It's still not a big deal, but the magnetic lashes definitely remove much faster, much easier, and they don't have eyelash residue on the back, so cleaning them off and wearing them multiple times is much easier than a regular strip lash. So that's a pro for the magnetic lashes. You get more wears because they don't get as gunky with lash glue, and they're easy to remove. However, on the flip side, a little bit of a con, but I think it's a con for both strip lashes and for these magnetic lashes. That liner is kind of crumbly because, you know, whatever the formulation needs to be, but it balls up and it can get in your eye. It can get stuck in the lashes. So you're not getting away from lash glue in your lashes, which I thought I would get away from. Yeah, I didn't really get away from that. I ended up with residue anyway. So both of the lash application styles have that con to them, or that drawback to them, that you'll have lash residue. The magnetic liner is a little bit easier to remove because you can really just wash it off and go, but with lash adhesive it can get stuck to your lashes. So I think they're equal in that way because the residue is there no matter what. So with all that being said, would I recommend magnetic lashes? Honestly, if you want to try them out, I don't think they're really terrible. I think they're fun. It's something different. I personally will not buy another pair, and I will not wear them because that liner thing, listen, if you want to do a eyeshadow look or you want to go with just bare lids and lashes, you can't do that with these because you need to apply a thick liner down to secure them in place. I don't like that because most of my makeup looks these days are without liner. Like right now, I am not wearing any liner. I did apply a little bit of liner to darken up the lash band of my lashes, but that's just applied to the lashes and not to my lash line. So I'm not creating that lash line. I'm not doing a winged eyeliner. That's not my style anymore, and I prefer not to apply a liner. So definitely don't want to be applying this liquid liner 3 times just to get lashes on. And sometimes I like to wear lashes with bare lids and a bold lip. That's a look that I'm into, and I can't achieve that with these lashes. In addition to that, I don't like how uncomfortable they are. So if you're not a master of liquid liner and you're not used to like heavy weighted lashes, you may not like these. And that's where I am. I don't like these. I would not wear these again. In fact, I didn't open 2 of them, and I'm bringing them back because I am not enjoying them, and they're pretty pricey. And you're not really saving anything by buying a strip lash versus a magnetic lash, except that you can probably get more wears out of your magnetic lashes. But really and truly, how many of us are re-wearing lashes? I think a lot of us end up tossing lashes out. We find them stuck to our socks. Like, we have lashes everywhere. So I don't know that that's gonna be much of a pro for your average lash wearer like myself. Sometimes I'll pop them off and toss them because I paid $3 for them, so they're not a big deal. So that's it. Those are my final thoughts. I tried to keep this video short, but I know it's not because I talk too much, because I want to give you all the information. But hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully the demonstration and the up-close shots of the lashes gave you a better idea of how these work, and maybe that helps you decide whether or not you want to try them out. I'm not telling you not to try them out. I'm just saying, just be prepared to be patient and put some work into applying these lashes if you do try them out. Let me know what you think. I will go ahead and leave links to where I got these specific lash styles from Kiss and Eyelure. That's to Ulta. And I will also leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.